Good evening, family and friends. Today I will be making sausage egg rolls. So, to get started, I have all the ingredients here that I will be using, which will be, I have Bob Evans Italian sausage, I have classic coleslaw, egg roll wraps, I have onion, I have 1 egg, crushed red pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. So let's get started. First, I will be cooking the sausage here in my cast iron skillet. So the best way for me to open a sausage is I slice it and then just dump it straight out of the pack into the skillet. And with this, the good thing is that you could use sausage, chicken, whatever kind of meat you like, shrimp, just like you would get from a Chinaman or a Rice House, whichever you guys call it where you live. Because in Illinois, we call it the Rice House. And in St. Louis, they call it the Chinaman. So whatever you call it, wherever you live, where you get your rice and stuff from, that's just exactly how this is going to taste. So while that is cooking, I will be chopping up my onion that will be going inside of there. As you would notice that I love onion. Onion going almost everything that I ever cook. I like onion so much, my kids, they eat onion too, especially my oldest daughter. Me and her eat it the most, but every one of them eats it though. And this is more of a snack type deal. You wouldn't make this a dinner unless you would add more things to it. More bite-sized items like homemade wontons, rice, crab ragout, like any of those type things that you would add to it to help fill up. But this here is more of a snack. I'm going to dump the onion over inside with our Italian sausage. Grab me a large spoon so I can stir this up. Like I said, for those of you who do not eat pork, you can add shredded chicken, you can add shrimp or whatever. A shrimp egg roll is awesome. Look at that. Looking good already. To make dishwashing easy tonight, I'm going to use the same skillet for everything. I'm going to scramble this sausage up inside this skillet, and then I will be frying the egg rolls inside the same skillet after I clean it out. I like when I can cook with one pan, one skillet. It helps with the cleanup process. Because with me, clean as you go. Clean as you go. You can never go wrong with whatever you're cooking, whichever it's a big meal, small meal, whatever meal. Clean as you go, so once you're done cooking, you're done. sausage is halfway done cooking, what I'm going to do is, what happens with the egg is it's used to seal the egg roll wrapper. These you can find at Snooks mostly. This is where I find these at. It's hard to find it in other stores. So I get the egg roll wrappers, the wonton wrappers. Any kind of wrappers I get, I find them in Snooks. These are good to make, like I say, Chinese recipes or desserts. Anything like that, these are good to use for those items. A close-up bag of the coleslaw. It also came from Snooks. Dough. And the one egg, like I say, it's the purpose is to just seal the wonton, the egg roll wrapper, so that once it gets in the grease, it doesn't come apart and you lose all of your filling. So the sausage is actually halfway done for the most part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the coleslaw mixture inside, which is actually nothing but cabbage and carrots. You add that inside the skillet, or you can add it inside the egg roll without being cooked, because once you put it in the grease, it will sort of cook. It probably will be more of a firmer texture than if you put it inside of the skillet with the sausage and cook it down that way. This is just to break down the texture a little bit when you do it this way, because the grease from the sausage helps with that a lot. And the thing about a cast iron skillet, you can scrape it as much as you won't mess it up. That's why I like cast iron skillets. They give a whole better cooking experience than any other skillet that I've cooked with in the past. So if you do not have a cast iron skillet, invest in one. You know, some people believe that it's like a camping thing you can also use while camping, because it does cook on the fire outside during camping. Because this is a dish that can be made while you're out camping. Family fun. That's what I'm about. Feeding the family good meals and having fun. Fun. Yeah, this time of day I started to get a little goofy. Adding some of the garlic powder and the onion powder. And just a couple of bit of the crushed red pepper. You know, I love spicy food, but with the kids, with the children, you don't want to make it too spicy. But some kids like spicy because people eat the spicy chips all day. I have to tell the kids, don't eat so much of these spicy chips. Lay off the spicy chips. So with my children, you know, they like spicy food. They tolerate it, they can eat it. I guess they get it from me. So this here is pretty much done. Let's get a look at it. That's the inside. of the filling of the sausage egg roll. So let's get started with the wrapping of the egg roll. So I'm gonna grab a bowl to put the egg roll mixture inside. So I can just clean it out as I go along. So I'm gonna put my Happy Sunflower glove on there. Sunshine, sunshine, I love sunflowers. That's where I get my name from. Plus my happy-go-lucky attitude. So after I get all of that out, as you know, I said that I'm going to use the one skillet for everything. I'm going to toss it inside of the sink and give it a wash. Because like I said, I like to clean as I go. One pot, one time, wash, and it's done. So, since I also recommended the cast iron skillet, I would like to tell you up front, when you wash the cast iron skillet and you're getting ready to store it away, you must make sure that it is completely dry so it doesn't rust. Even though there's ways of making it come back to life if it rusts, you just don't want to have to go through that period. So everything that I teach you guys how to cook, at least one of my children probably could tell you the steps at cooking this, because they have saw me so many times cook different recipes. It all depends on what they're interested in learning. So, you get you a little bowl, mixing bowl or whatever, crack your egg, stir it up. Grab me a fork here. So, you just stir it up like you're about to scramble some eggs or something like that. That's good enough. So I'm going to slice open the egg roll wraps, which is basically like a lightly breaded thin pastry dough. So you make sure that you only have one and that they're not sticking together. You lay it down on a dry non-stick surface because the flour will help from that. Let's bring it down so you can see and bring it close. You don't really need to see my face as I do this. So then you take a nice size helping of the sausage or chicken or whatever mix that you like, and then you take it and you fold it this way, then that way, and then you take it and you roll it, and before you get all the way to the end, you just take a little of your egg wash and wipe it on the end and go ahead and close it up like that, like so. So you take it, you can either set it in the middle or you can do it on the edge. I like to make smaller egg rolls. After this one, I'm going to do it the opposite direction so you can see how the length of the ones that you buy from the Rice House will look. They just roll it the long way. Egg wash, roll up, voila, set it to the side. So you will catch the ones from the Chinaman being done the longer way. This way here. And you will never be able to say how much meat you want from the Chinaman. But when you do it at home, hey, you can have as much stuffing as it can hold. Then egg wash. It's easier to have a pastry brush and baste that egg on there, but I currently don't have one at the moment, so I'm just using a fork. It worked just as well. But you see how long this one is compared to this one? It's all about how you layer that inside. So, since I've showed you 3 of them on how to label them, well, roll them up basically, I'm going to go ahead and roll up the rest of them, and then I'll pop back in and show you the cooking process. I'm pouring into my skillet some fresh 100% vegetable oil. You can use really whatever kind of oil you would like. Canola oil, olive oil, whatever fries. So I'm gonna let that get hot. So cooking with myself, you'll never know what you will be cooking, because I like to cook so many different things, from soul food to Mexican food to baking pies, cakes. Hey, I just like a good meal. And really, it's all about the heart, what makes it a good meal. It's what you put into it, and the loved ones that you're cooking it for is what makes the meal the best meal in the world. I think my kids love my cooking so much because I'm the one who made it for them. Mom made it. It's always better than the fast food restaurants at that point. They love their pizza. Don't get me wrong, but I still believe that if I could vote on it, they still would prefer my home cooked meals any day. So if you make these, I would love to hear some of your ideas on how to do it. If you have a better way of keeping it sealed, if you have a better way of wrapping it, if you have something that you throw inside of it to give this taste, then hey, let me know. Like I said, I love to cook, so I love great new ideas. I love to put a spin on things. The oil seems as if it's hot enough. So usually I will place them in, let's get a little closer here. I usually will place them in on the seam where you sealed it with the egg, so that can cook first. And I give them a little breathing room just in case they start to unravel. They usually don't, but you never know if it may unravel. Like this one here, I kind of tore it when I picked it up, so we already know that one may have something that comes out of it or something there. I could have rewrapped it, but really it doesn't need to be rewrapped. Just really careful when flipping it over. So you will let them fry a couple of minutes to get brown on one side because the inside is cooked. Then you will flip it over to brown on the other side. Be careful because you can pierce it, or they easily can burn because your grease is actually pretty warm. So you can tell that my grease is a tad bit hotter on this side because this one was a little darker. So just know your stove. And when you have that going on, you can always change your food around and let one cook like the other one did. Just move it around and watch it. But you want these to have that nice golden colored look. And you may be like my children who love the sweet and sour sauce that comes from the Rice House, but actually, if you've never tasted soy sauce with the egg roll, you're honestly just losing it out, because that's what I eat with mine. So I'm going to remove them from the oil because they are done. You can place them on a paper towel to catch some of the excess of grease that may be on there. But really, they don't really get too greasy if you're not just dropping them in a whole skillet full of grease, you know? Like, I didn't fill this skillet up and deep fry them. I just flipped them over from time to time and let them get golden. And I knew that they were done.